Hi, it's John, and in Kilkenny I wanted to call into, there's a small workhouse graveyard inside in Kilkenny City that I visited as part of a project about 6-7 years ago with Larry Scallon and a chap, Martin, his surname will come to me, and we went in there to record a Commonwealth War grave headstone. At the time there was a couple more headstones maybe in there, but it was basically a big green in an urban setting, and I didn't really understand it when I was in there. I couldn't figure out why there was only a couple of headstones. Now Larry, I'm sure, told me, but the it's just down here now. This, for any of the GA heads, this is Nolan Park in front of us. House of pain for a lot of teams, I think. And just down here now on the left, it was a workhouse burial ground, not famine related. Late 1890s, I think it was opened. The workhouse was in to the right beyond Nolan Park. Here now at this low wall, I think. And just drive in, I think. Alright, grass is nicely kept. There's a grave up on the top right hand corner. There's a grave over to the right. There's a memorial over there on the right. Let's turn this off. And just put this on the handle. Checked the maps this morning, and here, where am I? Up there, there's a path running. It's on, I think, the 25-inch map. Opened 1890s. The workhouse was over that direction. Where are we looking? I think that's east, over there to that corner. East, west, north and south. So not much in here. Commonwealth War grave over there. Another one up in the corner under those trees. I'd expect that it's about the same date as the grave cemetery we were in yesterday, St. Itas in Portrane, where we had this corrugated effect. It's quite big, and now that we're here, the grass is cut. It's a good time to come visit these in the summertime. Right, okay, there's darker grass there. There's a dark square there, Covilshire, Shin, and there. There's a big square over there. I'm not sure about these. After coming off the path now, I'm going into the area that I presume has graves in it. I'm not seeing the same strong banks, side banks and head banks that we were seeing yesterday in Portrane. Be wary that some of the patterns are grass cutting patterns. Like, I'm looking west now. So, oh yeah, okay, so the burial ground is off. It's not aligned east-west. So it is highly possible that if there's single graves in here, that they're more aligned with the squareness of the burial ground and the central path there. So I kind of expect now that our graves would be down here at the side. There, yeah, like he's the best thing I can see for getting my eye in. From there, about there. So are we seeing a line of graves there? Grave hollow. Grave hollow. The autofocus is catching me. This looks okay there. Grave hollow, grave hollow, grave hollow, grave hollow. Kind of seeing 2 steps between each potential hollow. If we walk into the heart of it, see what we can see. There are little hollows, and I think that's what we're learning to spot. Try and spot the darker grass, that's the deeper growth. So there's differential vegetation cover that's showing us some things. I wonder if they ever ploughed. You'd see with a large area here, did they ever re-sow grass? And then would they have ploughed that, even not deep ploughed, would they plough that in advance? I think in an urban context, if there's a corporation or a city council or what, you can get things cleaned up. The 2018 Google Earth map potentially shows a dried path, or in a dry spell in the summer they must have taken the photograph, and it potentially shows a path running up here, but I'm not seeing it now. Only this path leading up by the gate. That dry, it's drier here. It's a paler kind of a colour. There must be a LiDAR cover here. There must be, I don't know, is there? I'll have to check. Certainly the wide open area is preserved. If I remember correctly, the workhouse was over there beyond. I think part of it now is a corporation depot. And beyond that then is McDonagh Junction, which is a big shopping centre. And that had been the site of the workhouse, so over there. And the workhouse was, there was a team of archaeologists in there, and they found the Famine burials in there, excavated by Brenda O'Meara, I think, and Jonny Geber wrote it up. So they got a lot of famine graves in there, common graves, 3-4 coffins per grave. I don't think they were single shaft, so we dug something similar up in Tuam in the workhouse, Finn Delaney, back around 2010, 2011 was it? 2012. I know Finn stuff, it reminded me of Brenda O'Meara stuff. But that's over there. And then so they buried the people up in the workhouse inside the property of the workhouse in the back corner, just like in Tuam Workhouse. Tuam Workhouse later then became the mother and baby home that there's been a lot of controversial discussion about. So the workhouse burials up there led on to the mother and baby burials, and then here the workhouse, the famine burials up there resulted in a separate workhouse burial ground here. So these are all connected. This certainly is similar to yesterday's asylum, totally different type of institution, but there are some kind of similarities. And then also, like with the ground that we saw in Lismore at the weekend, and then in Pulla in Waterford. So there's nothing really. This is my first proper visit here, so I'm not looking for conclusions as such. It's interesting seeing the challenges they have in an urban context. Anything shouting out? Yeah, it's more subtle actually there now. Yeah, I'm not sure if the whole thing is graves, but looking back into it now, okay, I'm starting to see it. I don't think I can draw on this fella, but I'm seeing a corrugation going that way with the eye of fate, and all those dark splodges up there are looking a bit more like graves now. Would be a hypothesis. I think that could be tested. Maybe the LiDAR will show it. So that's the thing to do. We'll see, can we get LiDAR on this, and see can we maybe, if it's available on, there's a GSI website that I get the LiDAR off. We'll see, can we do some analysis on that. And so the scenario is either there's multiple burials in here that fill the whole place, or there's multiple burials in pockets. So So, do you know, I don't know the address, but that's Nolan Park behind us. So we're in that part of Kilkenny. The name won't come to me. And this is the workhouse burial ground from the late 1890s. It's not famine related, but it is the workhouse that served the famine, Kilkenny famine populations and circumstances.